Welcome all for this Muthuswami Dikshitar Utsavam. For last 11 years we have been doing Tyagaraja Aradhanam, and this year we wanted to start Muthuswami Dikshitar and Shyama Shastri Utsavam also. So this is the first Muthuswami Dikshitar Utsavam we are doing. We have Sangirta Murti Trayam in Karnataka Sangeetam, Tyagaraja Swami, Muthuswami Dikshitar and Shyama Shastri. And very interestingly, all three were contemporaries. And they know each other. And they are not from every far distance place. Very close, and they know each other. And Shyama Shastri's son learnt music from Tyagaraja Swami and Muthuswami Dikshitar. So that is the relation between the Murti Trayam. And before entering into the Dikshitar Sahityam, so Subhadra asked me, I talked about Dikshitar Sangeetam. What can I talk about Sangeetam? So let us think about Dikshitar and the greatness of Dikshitar. And the time when he was born, that was the British influence was more in India, East India ruling time, 1700s. And Dikshitar's family, actually that Sangeeta Parampara did not start from Dikshitar, Muthuswami Dikshitar. Govinda Dikshita is a great music scholar in Tanjavur. He wrote Sangeeta Sudha in Sangeetam, and he is the one who invented or who made Raghunatha Veena, which we call Tanjavur Veena, and still that is the style they are following. And Govinda Dikshita, his son, and you all know his name, Venkatamaki. And Venkatamaki, he was the one who classified the ragas into 72 Medakartas in 2 chakras. And he wrote a book, Chaturdandi Prakashika. It's a great Sangeeta Grandham, and particularly Veena, and every aspect of Sangeeta related to Veena he discussed in the Chaturdandi Prakashika. And Venkatamaki is also a great Upasaka. And Govinda Dikshita was a great Upasaka, Devi Upasaka. And Venkatamaki's grandson, but not direct grandson, Vaidyanatha Dikshita. This Vaidyanatha Dikshita's disciple is Ramaswami Dikshita, not son, disciple. And this Ramaswami Dikshita, he is also a great music scholar. And he was the one who first, invented Hamsadhvani Ragam. He is the one who made Hamsadhvani Ragam. Ramaswami Dikshita, and Ramaswami Dikshita's wife Subbalakshmi. They had 4 children. All 4 are gems. In 1775, Ramaswami Dikshitar went to Vaidishwaram, and there Muthukumara Swami, he did Upasana of Muthukumara Swami in Vaidishwara Kshetram, and then they got a son. Because he did Upasana in Vaidishwaram about Muthukumara Swami, he named him Muthuswami. And then they got another son, Chinnaswami. The Chinnaswami is Andha, he doesn't have vision, Netrahina. And then they got a daughter, Balamba, and then another son, 4th son, Baluswami. And this Muthuswami Dikshitar, when they were young, they were under the guidance or they were taken care of by a Jamindar family. And this Jamindar family used to be the interpreters for East India Company. So because they are the interpreters, translators, so they used to attend all the functions happening in King George Fort. And they used to take these kids also. Muthuswami Dikshitar, Chinnaswamy and Balaswamy. There they had very good exposure to Western music. And those days, the very popular Western song is British National Anthem. And then Irish folk songs, Scottish folk songs. So they used to listen on these songs, and then the influence of another musician who is one of the Western Trinity, Mozart. Mozart songs also they used to listen, because there is a Trinity in Western music also, right? Sebastian Bach, Mozart and Beethoven. So Mozart's music also has some influence on these guys, Muthuswami Dikshitar and Chinnaswamy and Balaswamy. And then Muthuswami Dikshitar married. After that, they met a yogi, and that yogi, Chidambaranatha yogi, took Muthuswami Dikshitar along with his 2 wives. He married 2 girls. He did not marry, his parents did marriage. So all 3 went with Chidambaranatha yogi to Kashi, and there he had a chance to learn Hindustani music also. So we can see some of the songs, Jambu Pate in Yaman Kalyani and Saundarya Rajam in Vrindavana Saranga. So those are the ragas actually he got from Hindustani music. And Chinnaswamy, Muthuswami Dikshitar's brother, he is blind. He went to Tirupati, and 48 days he worshipped Lord Srinivasa with the 48 ragas. And he got vision. By doing Sangeeta Aradhanam to Lord Srinivasa, Chinnaswamy got vision. Such a great soul. And then Muthuswami Dikshitar came back from Kashi, and his wife asked one day, "We are so poor, I want some gold jewelry." So the story says, Muthuswami Dikshitar sing Hiranmayim Lakshmim in Lalita Raga, and it is believed that that night Mahalakshmi came into his wife's dream and said, "Is this wealth enough for you?" And next day his wife went to him and said, "I don't want any jewelry, any wealth. Sakshat Mahalakshmi came into my dream." So she gave Ananda Sampada, "I don't want any Sampada for me." And then Dikshitar, in Thiruvarur, Kamalamba, in praise of Kamalamba, he wrote Navavarana Kritis. In each Kriti, he sang about the one Avarana Devatas and Avarana Mahatmyam. And then Tumbayappan, there is one person, he is also a music scholar. He got unbearable stomach pain. And Dikshitar realized that he had some Navagraha dosham. So Dikshitar wrote Navagraha Kritis. And then Tumbayappan, he got rid of his stomach pain. And he started traveling every kshetram he wrote a song. If you see our flyer, I put all those devatas, all possible kshetrams and devatas in the flyer. Every kshetram he wrote a song. And not only just mentioning the devata of the kshetra, sthala mahatmyam, and upasana of the devata, and also the bijaksharas of devatas also mentioned in the songs. Several songs. For example, we know Ardhanarishwara, Shiva and Parvati, half Shiva and half Parvati. Do you know Hanumat Ganesha Advaita? Hanuman and Ganesha, half Hanuman and half Ganesha. There is a temple in Tamil Nadu. And Anjaneya Avataram, he mentions about Ganesha. And then in Mannargudi, Rajagopala Swami, he wrote a song, Sri Rajagopalam. In that he says, he mentions about Mannargudi Rajagopala Swami. If you see, that Murti is not complete Krishna. Because in Upasana, in Tantra Shastra, Narayana and Narayani, they say Abhedam. Narayana, Narayani, Advaitam. They are not wife and husband, brother and sister, we believe. Narayana and Narayani. And again the same, it is called Gopala Sundari. Gopala Sundari is very famous in Upasana. Gopala Sundari. Half Krishna and half Sundari, Gopalika, or Narayani. In Rajagopala Swami, he wrote that Gopala Sundari Tattvam. And even in the Utsava Murti also, if you see, one ring, it will be like man's ring, and one side, one ear, like a woman's ring. So two different rings he wears. So every song he writes all the upasana vishayam, sangeeta vishayam, and the bijaksharas, and some of the songs complete that mantram, the mula mantra or bijakshara mantra of the devata is inserted. Such a great upasaka. And finally, the story says, even when he left the Goloka, when he did the Avatara Parisamapti, also while singing on Meenambika, Shive, 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 he says, and then leaves the body. Such a great upasaka. And the two Notuswarams. Actually, she asked me about to talk about the Notuswarams, and I didn't know. The first time I heard about Notuswaram. What is a Notuswaram? As I said in the beginning, they had a very good exposure of Western music. And his brother Balu Swami, he was the one who learnt violin, sitar and veena. And that is when actually violin came to India into Carnatic music. And Muthuswami Dikshitar, the influence of British, Irish, Scottish songs and Mozart compositions, he wrote 39 songs in English notes. But normally it says Shankarabharana Ragam, but it is a C major scale. C major? C major or major? Major. So, and there are no gamakams like in Carnatic music. So these songs are not completely Western, not completely Carnatic. So with the Western notes and Carnatic influence and complete Sanskrita Sahityam. And unfortunately, after Muthuswami Dikshitar, for a long time, actually Muthuswami Dikshitar's Krutis did not come into the light. And later, very recent times, maybe 100 years or less than 100 years, scholars brought all Muthuswami Dikshitar's compositions into light, because they are grammatically, they are very complex songs. And now all those songs are coming into light. And these two Notuswarams, Vande Meenakshin Tvam, They have to explain meaning also. And first song is on Meenakshi. Here also, Muthuswami Dikshitar, he talks about Meenakshi. Vande Meenakshi Tvam Sarasija Vaktre Padmanetri, beautiful lotus-like face. Nata Sura Brunde, and she is worshipped by all devatas. Guru Guha Palini Jalaruha Charane, lotus feet, lotus face. Sundara Pandyanande and Pandya Kumari. Surijana Adhare, Surijana Adhare. She is the greatest supporter of Surijana, means all good people. Sundara Raja Sahodari, again Sundara Raja Perumal in Madurai, and they say Sundara Raja Perumal's sister, Madurai Meenakshi. Sundara Raja Sahodari, Gauri Shubhagari Satatamaham. I always pray her. And the second is Kanchi Ekambareshwara. Ekambareshwara Kamadi Shat Chora Vritti Vaham Tyaje. He says the requirement to pray Ekambareshwara, if you have to get the Krupa of Ekambareshwara, you have to leave Kama Krodha Lobha Moha Madamatsarya. Kamadi Shat Chora Vrittim Tyaje. I will leave Kama Krodha the Shatvargas. Then only I can serve Ekambareshwara. Then only I can get Ishvara Krupa. Panchakshara Rupa Agamanta Saram. Panchakshara Rupam Agamanta Sara. Agamanta means Upanishad. And Lord Shiva, he is Upanishad Saram. Upanishad means we say Vedanta. Vedanta Saram. The crux of Vedanta is Paramatma. That is Ekambareshwara. And Panchasyam Adikaranam. Sadyojata, Vamadeva, Aghora, Tatpurusha, Ishana. He has 5 faces. Adikaranam, Jagatkarana Bhuta Ekambareshwara is sung here with his Mudra Guru Guha.